Welcome, everybody. This is Gamesoverplastic, episode number 36. I am Midnight. As always, I am joined by the two best, most amazing, most awesome, most Chad co-hosts in the industry. Starting with Sean Mason, the man who is about to be starting his vacation in just a couple days. How you doing, sir?
Good. Yep, it's that time of year where the teachers settle down. We're actually probably more excited than the kids for summer, to be honest. But yeah, we have 2 school days left. It's a Monday and a Tuesday. I am so looking forward to it. Everything's done. Grading's done. Everything is finalized. It's just getting past these final 2 days. We had some really hot days recently. In Massachusetts, and my school does not have air conditioning, so
Ooh.
it was a little brutal in the classroom. But we move on, and we are ready to go. Summer is in sight.
Yeah, I just can't imagine not having air conditioning. I would be so miserable.
It's trust me, the kids remind you
Yeah, I bet.
yeah. My go-to
Like
is,
every minute.
guys, why are you wearing a sweatshirt and pants? You can choose to wear shorts and a t-shirt, where I'm sitting there in like my shirt and tie.
Oh, you have to wear a shirt and tie, yeah.
You don't have to, but I do it. It's just what I do. It's professional.
Yeah. All right. And speaking of hot, last but not least, we have the master of graphics, Hodge. How you doing, sir?
I thought you were going to make a comment about how I could have fixed his HVAC because that's what I do professionally.
No, I was making a comment about how hot you are, sir.
You can install one in our school if you would like for free.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll install that $50,000 piece of equipment for you.
No, just in Sean's room. Yeah, that's all you
Yeah, I'll give you a mini split.
Just do a split system, yeah.
So I am home finally. I've been working basically on the road for 3 weeks, and then I was on vacation that week before, so I'm finally home for a couple days, and then on Monday I get to go out of town again for a couple days. But I'm happy to be home, settled in for the weekend at the very least. But I'm also excited to talk about games with you guys, so let's do it.
Oh, yeah. We love talking about video games here because, as you guys know, this is Games Over Plastic, the podcast for the agnostic gamers. No console wars, just gaming and fun over here. That's what we do. We like to do a lot of top lists and just random foolery. It's good times. We're going to get into what we're playing, and today's episode is going to be 5 gaming surprises. So these are games that, we came in with like kind of mid expectations and they blew us away, kind of something like that. So look forward to that. You can find our podcast on YouTube with 4K video, graphics, and everything at youtube.com/@gamesoverplastic. Leave us likes and comments. If you have a write-in for the show, which you will see on this episode, we have multiple write-ins. My cat's excited about that. Jesus. Just leave a comment on the YouTube and we will use your write-ins and everything. Let me see here.
Yeah.
All right. In addition to that, this is on all audio platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Everycast. Just check us out. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate your support. And with all that said, we're going to hop into some game stuff. We're going to start, as we always do, with what we are playing. The games, obviously, that we're playing or have just beaten since the last episode. And we will start it off with Sean Mason. Sean, what have you been up to, sir?
All right, well, originally this was supposed to be like the dream. I get my Switch 2 at launch, and I play the Mario Kart, and I play Rune Factory. I play Rune Factory. Sorry, I couldn't even read that. I couldn't remember the subtitle. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. And I play all these NSO games and the GameCube. But Target kind of screwed me. They promised day one delivery, and next thing I know, it updates to Monday, June 9th. Next thing I know, Tuesday, June 10th. Then, out of nowhere, it's Thursday, June 12th. And I'm like, what? What do you mean, June 12th? That's a week after release. And I'm like, all right. So everyone's sitting there enjoying their Switch 2, including some of my students. And I'm sitting there like, yep, don't know what to do with myself. So what do? Well, a little game that I really wanted to play for a while was added to the PS Plus collection. or the PS Plus, whatever extra tier, whatever tier I'm subscribed to.
Mhm.
And that is the seminal classic Grand Theft Auto 3. So I started that up, GTA 3, and I am going to say this. It is very interesting and very different. The very different than the, Grand Theft Autos I'm used to. It's very blocky characters. It's pretty funny. I find it really funny when the cars turn. It's like a perfect turn almost. It's like it's not realistic. It's like a perfect. It's like they're going straight and then they just like move to like the left or the right. Like it's almost like a perfect turn. It's funny. I find it very odd that your main character, he does not speak at all in the game. Like he doesn't speak. He's voiceless. He's a silent protagonist, which is weird because everyone else speaks. But so far I'm really enjoying it. It's funny to see like a trimmed down Liberty City, and then to like think back in 2001 when it came out, like everyone thought this was like the huge expansive city, when if you compare it to the GTA 4 map, which is like not like extremely big. It's big, but not like extremely big. This Liberty City is like tiny, and I think it's hilarious how to section you off to a certain part of Liberty City in this game. The game opens up and there's like you're being transported to another jail cell or another prison, and there's like a bomb that goes off on one of the bridges, and like, oh, the bridge is taken out, so you can't go over there yet. You gotta wait. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. The remastered version, it kind of updates the controls to make them more similar to like GTA 5, so I really like that. Running around the world is fun. It's definitely much more whimsical than like GTA. Like GTA 5 is whimsical, but like there's a tone to the story that makes it a little more serious at certain times. Whereas this is very much more of like a whimsical, not whimsical, but like more of a lighthearted story. And I can definitely I can definitely see why during that time people were like, "Oh, this GTA game, it's all just about picking up, sex trafficking and sex workers and going to strip clubs and doing drugs." I can definitely see where people were coming from that. But I'm like 7 hours into the game and I'm really enjoying it. It's just fun. Sometimes if I have like 30, before my Switch 2 came, like I had a retirement party to go to, and I had like 30 minutes before I had to leave. So I just booted up GTA 3 and kind of just ran around Liberty City and like just stole cars and drove around. And it just brought me back because how much I love GTA, and it makes me so much more excited for GTA 6. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. I think they did. I know when the remastered collection came out, it was like totally like broken and totally like a terrible thing. But from what I've played, I'm glad I waited because it's completely fixed. It looks good. It runs good. It runs wicked smooth. The loading is like instant, almost instantaneous. But yeah, it's a lot of fun so far. I highly suggest it. I kind of wish I really kind of wish I played these back in the day when I was like 10. That would have been fun with all my friends. But yeah,
Yes, sir.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I never really finished GTA 3. I want to go back and play Vice City, which is my favorite.
I'll be replaying that soon.
The only thing is, I feel like they probably neutered the music, I bet, because there's no way they got the rights for all the songs they had in the original. They had literally like every 80s banger that you can think of was in that game. Like you hopped in the car and it was like a 80s greatest hits as you're driving around the cities. It was so awesome. I'm sure they lessened the music.
The soundtrack of GTA 3 is still pretty it still has a lot of iconic songs from I looked it up, and like there's still a lot of the original songs in it. So I don't know. When I do get to GTA 3 Vice City though, I will let you know.
All right. It's exciting. Hodge, you need to play one of these games. Vice City, probably.
I've played GTA 3. I played it back on PS2 way back in the day. And because it was open world, quote unquote, like, it was a tiny map. So that's why I played it. And that was the last GTA I ever enjoyed. So yeah, I played it back in the day, but it was fun at the time. I'm sure it's aged like milk if I were to play the actual PS2 version. But
oh yeah, the actual the controls are so different. It's such weird. It's like that PS2 like third person shooter controls where it's like
bad,
probably terrible.
Yeah. I remember as a completely random aside, I remember trying to play Resident Evil 5, and I was like, these controls are awful because it has like that old style like like shooting controls. Like you have to stop and then randomly shoot with like one analog, and it's like just really awkward. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? I didn't like that. All right, so that's everything you're playing.
No.
Thanks to the delay.
Well,
Oh, you have more?
I've been playing. I got my Switch. I finally did get my Switch too, so I have some.
Oh,
stuff
apologies. Please continue, sir.
All right. So, and when I finally got my Switch 2, I decided to boot it up. And what did I play? I first played Mario Kart World. And I will say this about Mario Kart World: it's a good game. It's fun. I don't think it's going to be my favorite Mario Kart, and I don't think it would be. I don't even think it would be my top 3 Mario Karts. I'm going to get the negative out of the way first because there is a lot of positive. The one negative I feel like is with the Grand Prix mode, I do not like in between races. Part of the race is driving to the next course. I think it takes away from the final lap, which is like the actual stage. I think it takes away from that stage. It makes the stages a lot less memorable, I think. It also disincentivizes, like if you're if you have a banana peel, there's really no point in kind of like putting it behind you, because if you put it behind you, the only people who are going to hit it are the people who are currently behind you. But like, it's not like if no one hits it, it just kind of is kind of there. It's not like someone's going to see it on the next lap. Whereas in like the original Mario Kart games and Mario Kart DS and all the other Mario Kart games, you put a banana peel down. If no one hits it, it's going to stay there the entire race, and you might end up hitting it again on the next lap. I just think that driving to the next race kind of makes the maps feel less memorable. Like I'm not really clicking with the maps yet. I kind of wish they stuck with the general Mario Kart design. I like the idea of driving to. I maybe keep that just for Knockout Tour. I did play a little bit of Knockout Tour where you can drive between them, but I think for the Grand Prix mode, I think they should have just stuck with like the traditional. You have 3 laps on this map, and then your next map is a brand new map, and you're not driving to it. I get where they're coming from. It's definitely different, definitely unique, but I think it just takes away from the overall map design.
I've only played this game multiplayer, and it doesn't do that in multiplayer. It only does it in single player. So in multiplayer, you do just teleport to the next one and start the race. You start at it's not where you're stopped. So you do start. It's a rolling start, but it still goes do 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 boop, and then you go. So it's like
but that happens in Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, but you don't drive from map to map. I'm just saying you start at a rolling start at the starting line,
and there's like 3 laps.
Yeah.
Like around. Yeah. So like if I did Toad's Factory, I'd get 3 laps around Toad's Factory.
Yeah. And then once you finish the race, it just when you play online, it actually you go back to the open world for like 10 seconds and then it boots up to the next one. Okay. So you have like a little time between. But yeah, it's not the constant race. The way I do remember they talked about that, and I thought it was kind of cool, but I haven't played it yet. But yeah, it's not like Knockout where it's just a constant. You're racing until the end. You pause between races.
That is the one thing about the Grand Prix mode that I do not like. I kind of wish I could turn that part off, where like 2 of the laps are basically driving to the next map.
I could see them updating it to remove or like give an option to remove that or something, because. Yeah, if you're not a fan, I'm sure plenty of people aren't a fan of that.
Yeah. But otherwise, let's get to the positives now. It is a lot of fun. I do enjoy the roster is huge. I do like getting the different costumes for the characters as well. Like you pick up a random food item and you eat it, and all of a sudden you're in a new costume. That's pretty cool. It's definitely the most expansive Mario Kart roster ever. Like there's so many different characters to choose from. Midnight, I'm curious. You've played a little bit of Mario Kart World. Have you turned off the smart steering? Because you have to turn that off manually.
No, I need to still.
Oh my god!
It's fine. Sometimes it annoys me. Actually, I remember I tried to take a shortcut and it wouldn't let me.
So why don't you just turn it off then?
Well, I just haven't done it yet. I need to.
It's like you click a button, it turns off.
I'll get to it, man. I haven't played that much Mario Kart World. Honestly, I've only played a couple times with Hodge for like an hour or so at most.
So I'm enjoying it. The one again, they took away like customization of the carts. Like you used to be able to customize your whole cart. Like you put certain wheels on, like a certain glider, a certain Yeah, so they kind of took that away, which is kind of bum. I could see them re-adding that in. But one thing I really do enjoy is the whole like grinding system and driving on the walls and stuff. I think that's really cool. That's a little new. They also added like when you do a trick, when you do like a flip in the air, you can do multiple flips, and the more flips you do, the faster your boost is. That's brand new. It does remind me though, like playing Mario. Not to take anything, I know it's kind of really negative. It does remind me of why Mario Kart will never be my favorite kart racer though. It is so much more less skill based and like it's a lot more luck based. Like you get hit by a shell and like 5 people can go by you. It's really difficult. Like you can't just maintain like like you can't just snake your way and get like faster by just like doing like the like you know how you can on the turns you can drift. You can't just like keep doing that. Whereas in Crash Team Racing, you can maneuver it. Whereas you drift, you get these sacred blue flames, and that makes you like extremely fast because you're doing this drift command like over and over again. It's really precise and really it's like precision. It's a lot more skill based. It just reminds me of that. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I like playing as Yoshi. Yoshi's my main guy, as always. I've been experimenting going back and forth between bikes and cars. So far, I've liked the bikes in the earlier games, but I think I like the carts more now. I'm enjoying the carts a little bit more. I think they handle a little bit better compared to the bikes.
I thought it was just cosmetic. I didn't know there was a difference.
Yeah, you can look at the stats.
Yeah, you can look at the stats. And
There's
see
stats. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't
I
really
don't
make
know
that
what the
much.
hell
Of
I'm
it
doing.
doesn't really make that much of a difference, but
Yeah.
yeah, so far it's good. I'm glad they brought back my favorite Mario Kart map ever is Toad's Factory, and they brought that back, which is kind of cool.
Mm.
So I like that's from Mario Kart Wii. So I do like that. But again, it's really good. I can see them adding a lot to make it better. I did play, like I said, I'm going through all the Grand Prix right now, doing the 150cc and just trying to get all like the 3 stars and the like the trophy and finishing in first place in every single race. Because if you don't finish first in every single race, you won't get the 3 stars. So anytime I don't finish first, I just quit out. I'm like, all right, time to start over. Knockout Tour, I played twice, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It has like that battle royale aspect. That is pretty cool, though. I do like that part for the continuous racing because it just doesn't stop. You just keep going,
Yeah.
and you get to go to like different maps, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so far so good. Shout out to my boy Yoshi. Shout out to the Chuckster. He's in the game. You can be as a Chuckster. You can be the football guy from Super Mario World as well. There's a lot of cool characters in it. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, Sean, who do you think my favorite character is? Can you guess? You won't
Peach.
guess. No,
Rosalina.
Peach. It's Waluigi, man, because he's purple.
Really?
I like
There's,
purple.
there's other purple characters.
Yeah, there is another purple character that I was using, but I forgot who it was.
Nabbit. Nabbit.
I don't know, who knows, man. You know, I'm not the Mario lore expert. But yeah, I've also been playing Mario Kart World. I guess I'll hop into that real quick. I've only played a little bit though. This isn't a game that like I'm super excited about. It was a pack in with the system. I got it for $50, and I thought it would be cool to play with the boys every now and then. And we've done that. I've got on with Hodge 2 or 3 times. Hodge, and we've had Meatball and Acid and Rockas, and some other people have joined us here and there, and we've played for an hour or two at most, just doing a little bit of racing, and it's been fun. It's been good times. I'm not the best. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I have been able to win a couple races, so that's fun. My favorite races are, I like the Japanese one because it feels really fast, like the Japanese themed one. I forget what it's called. And I like Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road is awesome. This Rainbow Road is really good because it like changes like the seasons and stuff, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I haven't played the single player or anything much at all, like literally at all. And I don't really know what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna pass it to Hodge. You got Mario Kart World thoughts? I'm sure.
Yeah, I've been loving it. I do agree though. I don't think it's gonna be my favorite, which sucks because I was super hyped for this one. So when we do big and get gaming disappointments, it'll be on it. No, I'm kidding, but but I will say you mentioning Rainbow Road. I think it's the best Mario Kart level ever made. Like, and through all the Mario Karts, when you do the actual circuit that leads to Rainbow Road, I don't even want to spoil it, but it's so epic how you get to the the level and everything, and then the level itself is just so cool. There's just so much difference. Like, it's not literally like, as much as I love Rainbow Road from 64. I love that map, but it's the same thing. You're just on literally on a rainbow road doing your laps. So I like how different this one is. But yeah, I haven't played it really much single player either, and I've been playing exclusively as Cow, so I haven't gotten any any the if I pick up a meal, it doesn't give you any costumes. He's just Cow. He doesn't have any other ones, so I'm gonna have to play as other people to go around and get all the costumes for him. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, obviously, to me, it's just Mario Kart is a party game. I basically only play when I'm playing with other people. I'll probably play the single player a little bit just because this is the first Mario Kart that really has a reason to play by yourself. I feel like the other games, it's like, obviously you're just doing races, but without friends. So it's really, there's no difference when playing by yourself in the other games. So I probably will hop in the open world and do a little more of that. But yeah, playing with friends is a blast. I beat all the circuits. Me and my buddy, we played at split screen together. We beat every circuit together. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just a really fun multiplayer game, and I enjoy hopping on with as many people as we can and just doing some racing. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Knockout is a really cool addition. I love playing that mode. I haven't won every one, but I have at least made it to the top 4 every time. So I haven't gotten knocked out yet, but in that sense. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying my time with it. It's set. Yeah, I agree with people who are saying it's not as good as we were hoping, but I still am enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's still enjoyable. I mean, I just don't think it will be in my top. Like, my favorite Mario Kart ever is Mario Kart DS. Like, the Mario Kart DS game is so good. Like, they have a mission mode in that game that is super, like, it is like super interesting and like super interactive and super, like, it's a lot of fun, the mission mode. And they do have mission mode in this. Like, if you're on the open world, you can find these like P switches, but I heard the missions are very bare bones compared to the DS one.
It's basically just go through rings and get to the finish.
I have not played Rainbow Road yet, so I will let you guys know my thoughts when I get to Rainbow Road. But my favorite Rainbow Road ever is actually from Mario Kart 7, which is the 3DS version.
Dude, I loved Mario Kart 7. That game was awesome.
Mario Kart 7 was good. Yeah, they added the gliders. Yeah, that's my third favorite Mario. So it goes DS, 8 Deluxe, and then 7.
Yeah, I haven't played all of them, so I mean, 64 is just so nostalgic for me. But I thought 8 and 7 were both great, and then I'd probably put this one behind all of those. But I'm still loving this game.
Yeah. All right, and then before I move on, I just want to say that I will be playing next week. I have not been able to play it because of the Switch 2 various delays. I will be playing Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. This is a very much a weeb JRPG, weeb style game, so I will give my thoughts on that next week. Yeah. Oh, and I touched some of the, I just booted up Smash Brothers. I cannot believe how fast the game loads when I booted up Smash Brothers. It's like insane how fast it loads.
Yeah, that's actually one now, because before I got my Switch 2, I had 0 friends on Switch. Like, my brother was, but he let his NSO lapse, so I just had 0 friends on Switch. And I was like thinking, I'm like, oh, that'd be so much fun to get a bunch of guys together to play some Super Smash Brothers. That
runs really well online too now.
Yeah, like, so I'm looking forward to, because I know probably most people. Well, I know Midnight probably doesn't have it because he didn't have a Switch, but I know most people who had at least the first Switch will probably still have that game. So I wanted to see if we can get a bunch of guys together to play that. That'd be a whole lot of fun.
It runs super fast. I also just booted up like all the the NSO stuff that I was I already played on the original Switch, but yeah, everything loads super quick, so I'm really enjoying it.
Nice.
But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, as I've mentioned before, I've literally never played Smash Brothers in my life, so I would be hesitant to getting this one because you guys would just beat my ass so bad. I don't think I would have a great time. But what I do want to get, I've mentioned this before, I do want to pick up like Mario Golf maybe. I think that would be a fun game to play with the boys.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So, and I don't think they're making a new one, so we'd have to get like the last one, right?
Yeah, and I'm definitely picking up Jamboree when that update comes out so we can all play some Mario Party together. That'd be a lot of fun too.
Sean, you got to join us for Mario Kart World sometime, man, on the Discord.
Well, yeah, again, Switch gets delayed. It's a little tough to play when you don't have one.
Now that you do, we got to make it happen. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, no, of course.
And are you down for some Mario Golf sometime if I get it? If we all get it?
I didn't like the last Mario Golf on Switch, so no.
What? Oh my god!
Yeah,
I don't know. It just sounds like it would be fun. Anyway,
I have it. I have it. I mean, I just don't like it that much.
okay.
I
Fair
haven't
enough.
really enjoyed Mario Golf since the GameCube.
I've really never played Mario Golf, but it looks fun. It looks like a fun party game, you know,
See,
like
I
a
think we should
casual
play.
golf.
It's on the N64, and you can play it online. Like I would like to play the N64 one online. The
Oh, the
N64 one, I think,
N64 has online.
yeah, you can play all those games online.
Sweet.
Oh,
Okay,
I
we'll
didn't
try
know
that then.
that.
I'm down with that.
We could play like the original Mario Party online if we wanted.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, I'm down then. We'll play the N64
Oh,
one then.
Hell
sometime.
yeah! I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yep. Hmm.
All right. So, Sean, are you satisfied with your games here?
I am.
All right. Next up, we have Hodge. You already talked about Mario Kart World, but that's not all you've been playing.
Yeah. So, really quickly before I get into the bigger one, is this morning I booted up the demo for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, just because obviously everyone knows I love platformers and like puzzle games and stuff. So I was like, this is a perfect little game, and it's a very simple game, I will say, but it's a lot of fun actually. So I might pick this one up. I saw it's only
awesome.
$40 right now, so I may grab this one, but. It's just a little fun, platformer. You play as Toad, and all you have to do is basically pick up the diamonds and finish the level. And it's very, very simple, but
Oh,
it's
Hodge,
enjoyable.
you just wait. Some of the levels.
Oh yeah, it gets more.
You know how many levels there are?
No, the
over
demo is
200.
free. So
There's over 200.
there's what?
There's over
There's
200.
200?
Levels. Over
Gee,
200.
okay.
Levels.
I was gonna say, because I beat those 3 levels in probably 15 minutes. So I was like, is this game gonna be like a 35-minute game?
No, the puzzles get super complicated.
Oh, okay, cool.
It is
I like
so
puzzle
much-
games
I
though.
love Captain Toad Treasure. I'm so glad that it got a Switch 2 port and they added stuff to the Switch 2 port, because I had it on Wii U day one, and it was really good on Wii U. But it's even better on Switch. It's so
Yeah,
good.
the only thing I didn't like about it is you have to aim your controller to like raise and lower the things, and I don't like having to manually like adjust my
That's
controller.
because it was originally designed for the Wii U tablet. That's why.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this
That's the only thing I don't like about
the
it.
game's awesome, and it's spun off of Super Mario 3D World. This is originally just like a little random little mini game section in Super Mario 3D World, and then people liked it so much that it got its own game.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, so I might pick that game up. But in the meantime, because I don't want to pick up many games right now, because I just started my other game, which is Tears of the Kingdom, and I've only played it for 2 or 3 hours or something, so I'm really not that far. But I love this. I forgot how much I just love this like Breath of the Wild world. And so I'm really enjoying it, just getting back. And when I remember watching the reviews, and I thought like the building stuff looked so complicated, but then I started doing it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really easy. This isn't complicated at all. But yeah, I'm loving this game, and which is no surprise. I loved Breath of the Wild, and everyone has said Tears of the Kingdom's even better. So like I said, not very far, but from instantly, basically right when I started playing, I was just like, oh man, I missed this game is so much fun, even though it does do the thing of every game, especially back in the day, would do the thing of when it's a sequel, you start powered up, and then it's like, oh, just kidding, we're stealing all your stuff from you got to start from the bottom. And so it did that thing where you have the Master Sword and like 20 hearts, and it's like, all right, bye, here's all your hearts are gone, and the Master Sword is broken, and it's like, damn it, come on. But yeah, I'm loving it. It's a blast, and I can't wait to keep playing this game. I know I'm probably going to drop 60 hours at least into this thing, so I'm very much looking forward to more of it. But yeah, that's mainly because obviously I was hoping I would have played more games, but I've been working a whole lot, so I just played what I can. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to more of it though.
I'll be playing Tears of the Kingdom soon as well.
Nice. I'm assuming you played it when it came out, right?
Never played Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't like Breath of the Wild, so.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why not, Sean? Why not?
It's not. It's a good game, but not as a good Zelda game.
Yeah, that's fair. It's really like an open world game that has a Zelda skin on it.
It's a good game, but not a good Zelda game. I thought the best parts of Breath of the Wild were the little shrines, and it was because they were like mini, like they were part. It was almost like the shrines were like sections that you would find in a big Zelda dungeon, like a
Yeah.
room you would find in a big Zelda dungeon. So that's why.
I
I'm
will.
happy.
I will. Sorry. I will say, even though Breath of the Wild is one of, I think it's a masterpiece of a game. I will say, like, the best Zelda game I've played was Link's Awakening. I loved that game. But
It's a good Zelda game.
yeah, I'm really enjoying Tears of the Kingdom though.
Yeah,
Ocarina of Time.
the way I break down Zelda games is
Oh yeah, Ocarina of Time, yeah.
you have your like top down Zelda games, which is like Link's Awakening, A Link to the Past, the original Legend of Zelda, Link Between Worlds. You have your traditional 3D Zelda games, Ocarina, Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. And then you have the current, like the open world new 3D Zelda, which is Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And I think I would love for them to go back and make a more traditional 3D Zelda game. I would love that. But I'm not sure what they're going to do next. Who knows? Because Nintendo seems to, you never know what they're going to do.
All right. I think I know your answers. I'm going to say really quick. My favorite top-down was Link's Awakening. 3D was Ocarina of Time. Is yours Link to the Past and Wind Waker? Yeah. Are those your two? Those are my. If you had to go 2D, 3D,
those are my top two Zelda games overall, and yeah, in that order too. But I like the top-down games more to me. But that doesn't mean like I like. The only Zelda game I don't like is Breath of the Wild. It's not that I don't even like it. It's the only one I don't hold to like in like high esteem is Breath of the Wild. Every other Zelda game I enjoy.
Yeah, my favorite part of Breath of the Wild is the fact, and obviously Tears of the Kingdom, is the exploration in those games is so
it's insane.
good. Yeah. It's unbelievable how good the exploration in those games are, which is why I keep saying, I shouted it a million times, is if they made a Pokemon game that was in a Breath of the Wild type world where you actually had to explore to find Pokemon, it would be the greatest game I've ever played.
You know what's even crazier though is like I say I didn't really enjoy Breath of the Wild, but I still had fun with it, and I still put like 200 hours into it.
Yeah,
like, I still did. I still got like 500 Korak seeds. I still did every shrine. I still randomly solved puzzles. I still did all of that. I still liked it. It's just to me, it was not what I was looking for out of Zelda.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I plan on getting to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom at some point. Now that I have the Switch 2, it's gonna be awesome.
I mean, you could have played Breath of the Wild on your Wii U.
Yeah, I could have, but no, I was good on that. By the time that came out, I was so like the Wii U was like in the closet collecting dust. I was like, no.
Yeah,
it took so long for that to come out after the Wii U's launch.
Yeah, I forgot to say also is how buttery smooth Tears of the Kingdom runs on the Switch too. Like I haven't played Breath of the Wild. I'm probably not going to go back to it. I was debating it, but I forgot how much hours I put into that game that I was like, I don't want to do that again because I have other stuff to play. But yeah, so I couldn't even imagine how Tears of the Kingdom would have ran. I know a lot of people said it was like 20 FPS at times, and this is a smooth 60 the entire time. It plays so well, and I'm loving every moment of it.
Switch 2 is awesome. I love the performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, Hodge, are you satisfied? Did you get all yours?
Yeah, just I've been full Nintendo for the last week. I haven't played really any. I haven't touched my Xbox or PlayStation.
Yep. Let me get into what I've been playing. So I've also been full Nintendo, except for the game that I beat right before the Nintendo came out. So when we last spoke on here, I mentioned that I was playing a little weeb JRPG called Blue Reflection. This is from Koei Tecmo and Gust, the studio that does the Atelier franchise. This game, I did beat it. I beat it right before the Switch. I actually stayed up late. I stayed up playing, relatively late. I stayed up playing till like 11:30 p.m. On June 4th, right before the Switch 2 launch, so that I could beat this right before the Switch. I did beat the game. I rolled credits. I was pleasantly surprised by this game. Blue Reflection is not a masterpiece in any sense, but it is very serviceable. I would rate it probably a 75 on Midnight Critic, but a pleasant 75, not like a negative 75. It's not like I went in there with high expectations and it was mid, so you're like, oh, this is 75. No, I actually was like pleasantly surprised because I went in with no expectations and I was like, oh, this was pretty decent. Like it was pretty good. I like the ending was good. They had a good ending that tied everything together, and it was like relatively happy, which I like. I thought the characters were pretty good. I thought the combat was serviceable. Overall, I thought this was a decent game. Is this a game that you need to play? Absolutely not. There's probably 100 RPGs and even JRPGs out there that are probably just as good, if not better than this. But it was decent. I'm not mad that I played it. I picked it up on a sale for like $6 on PlayStation, and it wasn't bad. And I have the sequel on my watch list. So if it has like a really steep sale, if I can get it for like $10 or something, I'll probably pick up the sequel and play it at some point too. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's a bunch of schoolgirls saving the world as they're fighting gods. Of course, this is Super Japan, and but it was all right. It was pretty good. Like I said, the story was decent. The ending was pretty awesome. So yeah, Blue Reflection. I was really happy that I was able to beat it right before the Switch 2 came out too, because part of me was thinking like I'm just gonna have to drop this game because I need to play my next game. But nope, I got it done. I'll move on here because I don't think you guys have thoughts. Sean, you haven't played it.
Sean, really quick, what's it? I know you know this because you're a weeb, but what is that genre called where it's a school kid who has to save the world? It's a genre.
JRPG.
Yeah. No, it's I can't even.
I feel like 70% of JRPGs are that almost. Maybe not.
Find it. It's a type of game. I can't remember what it's.
I don't know if it's a type of game. I don't know. I don't really know what you're talking about, Hodge. I apologize.
It seems to be very common in JRPGs from my experience, though.
Common in a lot of
Isekai.
Oh.
No, Isekai is when you're ported to another world.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like when the dude gets hit by a bus and then he wakes up in a magical world. That's Isekai.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm wrong then. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay. You shouldn't be knowledgeable about Weebery, so it's good that you're wrong. Speaking of Weebery, after I rolled credits on Blue Reflection, which was decent, like I said, I got to the main meat and potatoes. This is what I've been waiting for. The Switch 2 is out now. It's June 5th, luckily for me. I got mine in the store. I'm sorry, Sean. And I was able to play Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm so excited. I love Fire Emblem, as we've talked about on this show numerous times. I was not able to play any Fire Emblem for years and years because I didn't have a Switch. It was too stinky. I wasn't going to buy it. I waited for the Switch 2. I knew it was coming at some point, and sure enough, it came, and so did I. Not Tears of the Kingdom. I was reading Hodge's note. Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm about 20 hours in right now. I'm in chapter 10. This game is pretty good. It did take a while for me to really fully get into it because this game is not a traditional Fire Emblem. They added a lot more like Persona, like social sim elements. Like there's a whole like school type setting. It's a monastery, not really a school, but it's basically a school. Like you're an instructor even. And like you get to walk around and explore and like talk to all these people and like there's social links and stuff, kind of like you rank up your relationship with them. And it's just, I wasn't a huge fan of that part because it's just so big. Like I kind of dread it. Like you only have to do it once a month, but I kind of dread every time like it's a new month and I have to do it because it takes like 15, 20, 25 minutes to walk around and talk to everyone and do the little random side missions and stuff. But it's not too bad. It has grown on me a little bit. But the overall Fire Emblem, building your characters, battling on the grid, the strategic battles, the story, they pop in with like the little random cutscenes and the story is awesome. I did finally get to the point where they have the paralogs too. I always enjoyed the paralogs, which are like little side stories. So it branches away from the main story and you'll have a story with one of your characters. Like maybe this character has to go home and, deal with something with their father or something. So, you'll get a little story in a battle and then another story at the end of it. So that's cool. I'm having a lot of fun. I love Fire Emblem. I do feel like maybe I'm gonna like Engage more than this, possibly because I think Engage is more traditional Fire Emblem. Traditional Fire Emblem is a bit more on rails. It's like you get story, battle, story, battle, story, battle, with just small social link elements. You don't have to like explore around like a giant map and talk to everyone. Instead, they just kind of pop up and like, oh, somebody here wants to talk to you, and you talk to them. Anyway, so Fire Emblem Three Houses. Sean's super excited over there with his smoke detector for this.
He heard you say Fire Emblem, so the fire alarm went off.
The fire went off, yeah. And it's funny, I already own 3 Fire Emblem games for the Switch. I bought Engage, I bought Three Houses, and I bought Fire Emblem Warriors, the Three Houses version, like Three Hopes or whatever it is, something like that. So I'm going to be playing all of these games within the next probably 6 months.
Isn't it like a common sentiment of people like Three Houses more than Engage, or like Engage is bad
Yes,
to
correct.
a lot of people
Yes.
or something?
Yeah. Three Houses is a lot more popular. But Three Houses is not really a traditional fire. It is and it isn't. They expanded it a lot with the social stuff.
The guy's talking like he's a Fire Emblem expert. He's played 2 games.
Yeah. Well,
my
I played 3 games
knowledge-
really because Fates. There was 2 versions of Fates, and I played them both.
My knowledge
Conquest
of this,
and
oh yeah, my knowledge of this series begins and ends with that the characters in Super Smash Brothers. That's all I know about this series.
Midnight, can you tell the audience what house you're a part of?
yeah, I'm a part of the Empire, the Black Eagles, I think it is. I sided with the Empire, and I am happy. Although in this game so far, at least, I mean, there's no conflict between the 3 sides. Like they're all like working together. So it doesn't. I don't think it really matters too much.
Oh,
who
it
you
does.
pick.
Trust me, it does.
Oh, it's going to start to matter. All right.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. The story is starting to pick up a little bit. Something big happened on the last time. I'm not going to spoil it though, but let's just say that there was a knife involved, and that's all I'll say. So yeah, but it's awesome, dude. Fire Emblem's awesome. I can't wait. Yes, I've only played 2, maybe 3 games, but they were awesome, and I'm happy to be back. And I'm going to be playing a lot of Fire Emblem. Like I said, I even got Fire Emblem Warriors, which I've never played a Warriors game before, like Dynasty Warriors and stuff. But I'm excited to play this because it's Fire Emblem, and it's going to run well on the Switch too. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing: Blue Reflection, Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Mario Kart World.
Three Houses is a great game. I enjoyed my time with it. I was part of the Golden Deer. Same colors as Hufflepuff, ironically, because I'm a Hufflepuff as well. I just want to say shout out to Marianne. She's my favorite Fire Emblem character in the Golden. She's a member of the Golden Deer House. Really enjoy her.
Hold on.
Marianne Von Edmund. Marianne Von Edmund.
I need to see a picture. I don't remember her. Which one? Oh, yeah. The blue hair girl. Yeah, she is cool. She's pretty quiet.
She's pretty,
I like her.
She's very, very quiet. But if you do the Golden Deer path, you will learn a lot more about her. If you ever go back, you should go back and do all the paths.
My favorite characters so far from my house are, of course, the Imperial Princess, Adelhart, whatever her name is. I'm bad with names. And then also Shamir, who's the instructor. She's a knight, actually. She's a knight archer. She joined my house, or she's helping my house now. And I like her. She's like the blue short-haired archer knight girl. I like her too. So those are my 2 favorites so far. And then, of course, the one dude who's like Adelhart's the dark mage, whatever dude, who's like, well, if you didn't play as them, you might not know him as well. But he's like super protective of her. It's funny. He's always like, I'll kill you if you betray her. Like he's all dark and brooding. But anyway, yeah, it's awesome, dude. I actually can't wait to play more. It's funny, like I'm playing like Mario Kart with Hodge and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to go play Fire Emblem. All right, so that is what we've been playing, boys. I think it's time to move on to the write-in section. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Yeah, of course.
And as always, as we do, we're going to pass the ball over to Sean Mason, the English major, and the write-in master.
You always say major, but I've been an English teacher for, I've been a teacher longer than I was in college.
The English professor, not really a
professor. Whoa, I do not have my doctorate.
Once a major, always a major.
Yeah. Sean, what's going on with the write-ins, my friend?
All right. So this week I decided, randomly kind of off the cuff, I figured you guys would be okay with it because
we are.
Yeah.
Nope.
Instead of doing a question this week, I figured, why don't we solicit some feedback from the audience on the Summer Games Fest, Xbox, and State of Play. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people commented, either from the YouTube comments or they DM'd me. And yes, I'm just going to read through them and, give us what they think. So the first one that I saw was from our good pal, Broderick Fleming, who I actually talked to right after I did this. And we had a nice conversation. Shout out to him. He said Pragmata, The Blood of the Dawnwalker, Stranger Than Heaven, Clockwork Revolution, Chronos the New Dawn, RE9, Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, and Mudang Two Hearts made all the show for me. Really great showcases this year. So yeah, that was him. We had Richard Carson. Happy to see a new Hotshot Golf game. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
You could play that.
on VR.
See, I actually might pick that up.
We could play that instead of Mario Golf if we want.
Yeah. Our good pal GJ, hype for the Game of Thrones RTS. You and my father as well.
Let's be honest, GJ will have a bunch of tech issues and won't be able to enjoy it.
Whoa.
That's an inside joke because he always has technical issues.
Yeah.
He's always in the Discord like, guys, this isn't working. And then like 2 minutes later, he'll be like, all right, it's working now.
It's because he bought his stuff at Kmart.
We love GJ.
All right, next up we have our good pal from the land down under, Chris. His top 3 games shown last week: Game of Thrones RTS, Resident Evil 9, Clockwork Revolution. Thought all 3 shows were good. I'd rank it like this: State of Play, Xbox, Summer Games Fest. All right, then our other friend, not from the land down under, but from the land to the east of us.
Across
Bottle
the pond.
water.
That is Corey. He says The Expanse RPG, Crimson Desert, and Clockwork Revolution. I do want to say this: Crimson Desert looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
All
3. I guess I don't remember.
No,
but all 3 of those games, awesome.
People went hands on with it at the actual Summer Games Fest, and there's videos like breakout videos of it. It looks freaking unreal.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Parks and Rec. I just want to say my favorite game of the past weekend was Pragmata. I'd forgotten about it, and the re-reveal looked amazing. You and me both forgot about it. Yes, I agree. The action RPG plus hacking reminds me of Nier Automata, and that's a good thing to even someone... And that's always a good thing to even somewhat imitate in my book. Yeah, okay. It was kind of written a little strangely there. It's okay. And then finally, my good pal, Hodge's good pal, Midnight doesn't know him. It's okay, though. John Hank. Lots of games were announced. No huge surprises at any of the shows. There was a wide variety of titles for different tastes, but not many true showstoppers, which might feel underwhelming to some. Clockwork Revolution was a standout for me. After seeing the trailer, it went from a casual interest to a potential day one download. I'm right there with you. I loved the aesthetic and vibe, and thought it was really unique how character creation was woven into the narrative. The time manipulation mechanics also looked like a fresh twist, and maybe even wanted to check out Wasteland 3. From the PlayStation Showcase, the top announcement for me was Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. I've never played it, but I've heard nothing but praise over the years, so I'm excited to finally dive in. A couple more niche reveals also caught my eye. Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny? Heck yeah. Pure 90s nostalgia. Pragmata, still mysterious, but intriguing nonetheless. Lastly, I'm really curious about the upcoming Xbox handheld and the new OS change. As someone who primarily plays on Xbox and loves the Steam Deck, I'm interested to see how Microsoft handles multiple launchers on one device, and whether our full Xbox digital libraries will carry over seamlessly eventually. Now, let's not call it an Xbox handheld. It's really not an Xbox handheld here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Oh.
People online are like, it's not an Xbox handheld.
Oh.
I just have to say, I don't know this John guy, but I think he and I would be friends because he seems to have great taste in games. Yes, John, you should play Wasteland 3 because it's an awesome game. So,
but yeah. All right. Those were our write-ins. If you ever want to write into the show, leave us a question. You can DM me, you can DM Hodge, you can DM Midnight. You can put it in the comments, really. Honestly, just reach out to us and we will, include you.
We will. We absolutely will. We don't have the largest audience ever. So, you have a good chance of getting read on the show. So we appreciate your support. We really do. So leave comments, leave questions, just be a part of the festivities. Why not?
I will say we are slowly growing, so shout out to everyone who does listen. We are very happy you do. But quickly before we move into the topic, I want to make a correction from your guys' last episode when you guys talked about the Xbox showcase, and I was sadly unable to attend. I have played 6 Pokemon games, not 3, and most of them are not great. But I'll count Red and Yellow as one game, so that's I played Silver, I played Ultra Moon, I played Shield, Brilliant Diamond, and Let's Go Pikachu. And that is why I'm saying Let's Go Pikachu is the best one, because other than the crappy catching mechanic, it's the OG 151, and that's why it's my favorite one that was on the Switch. So that is why I said that's the one you should play, because Sword and Shield sucks. I do want to try Arceus, but I don't really care. It doesn't.
Arceus.
Whatever. But it doesn't. I don't know. Everyone acts like it's revolutionary, but it looks like the same Pokemon game.
Oh, kind of sounds like Expedition 33. Everyone acts like it's revolutionary when it's really not.
Oh, shots fired.
I didn't say it was revolutionary. I said I
love
love it.
That wasn't a shot at you. I was a shot at like everyone else.
Yeah, that's fair.
I picked up Pokemon Violet just the other day. I ordered it. It's in the mail. So how about that, Hodge?
Yeah, I'm debating.
How about that, huh?
Go play Platinum. Come on, play a real Pokemon game.
I'm debating if I want to play Scarlet, because I hear it's been fixed and that it's a decent game, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm so burnt out on Pokemon. I want something new.
Oh, well, if you're burnt out, then yeah, just don't play it yet. Wait till you get the itch.
Go play Power World.
Now I'll play that Animo or whatever.
You play that Xbox game that got that free to play game that got announced. Yeah, Animo. Yeah.
It looks so stupid.
I know. Play that Digimon game that they just announced.
That's very different than Pokemon, but
it's the same to me. It ends in Mon. It's the same.
Yeah.
All right, guys. With all that said, it's been a great episode so far, but I think it's time to get into our main topic of discussion. As I mentioned, we are going to be giving 5 games each that surprised us in a pleasant way. A good surprise. And we're going to start with Sean Mason. You want to go ahead and give us your number 5 or whatever you want to start with?
I'm just going to go right down the list. I'm going to say it's my number 5, but my number 5 is MX vs. ATV Reflex. This was a game This was a game that came out in 2009 for the PS3 and Xbox 360. And this is a very odd game for, your friend here, Sean, because at that time I was, heavily into, basically all weebed out. It was, when did this came out? November 2009. So I was 13 years old and I was playing basically JRPGs. Yes.
Can I just point out that you said at that time you were weebed out? You still are, Sean.
Yeah, but no, it was like worse then. It was like a lot worse then.
Okay.
Think of like 13-year-old me. 13-year-old me basically wouldn't touch anything if it wasn't like a Japanese role-playing game or PS first party or a sports game. Other than that, I wouldn't play it really. Hence why I missed like BioShock and all those great games. But I eventually did play them. But this game, for some reason, really clicked with me. It was MX vs. ATV Reflex. And I remember I randomly downloaded the demo on PSN. I remember just playing through it, and all you had was this like open map, and you could just do tricks. You could choose an MX bike or an ATV. I had no idea what the difference was. I still really don't. And I just fell in love with doing all these tricks, and I like absolutely loved the demo. I played the crap out of the demo. So then, Christmas morning, what did Santa do? Santa brings MX vs. ATV Reflex, and I freaking loved it. I almost 100. I almost got the platinum trophy in it. Back then, I really didn't care, but I kind of wish I did now because I didn't do any of the multiplayer trophies, and I really wish I got those. But yeah, it was super fun going through like these like there was races, there was also like trick competitions, there was like time trials, there was just like random you had to do like random. It was almost like Tony Hawk but on MX and ATV bikes. Well, MX bikes and ATV vehicles. So yeah, MX vs. Have you guys ever played an MX vs. ATV game?
I have not. No,
never even heard of it.
They were like really popular on this is like considered like the last really good one because it was like one of the first PS like that generation like PS3 360. They were really popular in the PS2 era, and then they kind of just went downhill from there. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was from I'm pretty sure it was EA. Yeah, I think. But yeah, MX vs. ATV Reflex had that cool cover. I'll never forget that cover. Oof.
Ooh.
I did look up the cover. It does look that is a sweet cover. And it's very like mid-aughts type looking cover. But I really like it.
Yeah, I think it came out November 2009, or it might have came out before that. But I just remember downloading the demo in November of 2009.
Nice.
Played a lot of it. Yeah.
Which one is it? All
MX
Out?
vs. Reflex.
Reflex. Let's see. I want to look at the cover.
Cover's sick.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
had
like that.
it had the
Sweet.
old PS3 logo, like the original PS3, where it's on the side of the box, the Spider-Man font. Oh, I loved it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Very
I even
nice.
it's on the you can stream it on PlayStation. You know, you can do like the PS Now or the heck they call it
Mhm.
now. And I did it the other day. Still holds up.
Actually, it looks kind of cool. I like the dirt racing and stuff. That's
It is.
nice.
I tried to get into like they release these games now. It's like MX versus ATV, like Grand Prix. I tried to do that. Not the same. It's
Yeah.
all like loot boxes and microtransactions now. I'm like,
Ugh.
get that crap out of here.
Yeah, I hate that. All right, I have nothing to add to that game, but very cool.
Yeah.
Hodge, you are up.
All right. So I was looking at my list, and it's kind of, obviously there's 5, so it can't be 50-50, but it's kind of 50-50 of games I have talked about a lot or haven't even really talked about. I think I've mentioned every game at least once, but my 5th one is a game that I was like, this looks so stupid, and I don't know why anyone would want to play it. And then I got addicted to it, and that is a little game called Fortnite, where when it was first announced, I remember my brother was like, "Oh, we should play this," and I was like, "That looks so stupid. It's like building, it's cartoony looking, it doesn't look fun at all." And then finally, I did download it, and then I was obsessed with it for a long time. And it's a game that I still occasionally pop in here and there, but. So I wanted to include it because I'm doing my list kind of how I did the disappointments, where it's the ratio of disappointments is how excited I was versus how bad it was. Where this one it's going to be how interested I was in it versus how much I loved it. And so I had not great interest, and then obviously I loved this game. So yeah, Fortnite. Obviously, I know you guys have nothing to say about Fortnite. You guys aren't Fortnite fans.
Whoa! The first
I have
time
a lot to say about it.
first
but
time I ever heard the word Fortnite was reading Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Because I use that word. Shakespeare used the word Fortnite a lot. Because do you guys know what Fortnite means?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right, Sean. We're intelligent over
I
here.
knew this term before the game came out. But
A
yeah.
fortnight ago.
But yeah, so it was a super fun game that when I first saw it revealed, I was like, I'm not going to play that crap. And then I played it and really got addicted to it. But it's one of those games also where it's like, I have to play with a squad. I'm not going to jump in and play by myself. So it's really just a really fun social game. But yeah, that's mine.
Sean, do your students know what a fortnight is?
God, no.
They're just like, yeah.
I know,
doing the
probably
dance.
no. Some of them do. Some of them do definitely. But if that is not the first thing that comes to mind, obviously. Nor should it be, to be honest. Like I'm a nerd. Obviously, it's come to mind for me because I love Shakespeare.
It is a term that people really don't use anymore. Like
Actually,
ever.
no one uses that term.
It's gone like a $2 bill.
Yeah, I still have a $2
Wait,
bill.
they make $2 bills?
I have one in my wallet right now.
Hell yeah.
For no reason.
Cut it in
All
half
right.
of 2 ones.
There we go.
That's how it works,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of games that feature automobiles, Sean, my game number 5 here is a little game that came out on the PlayStation 1, and it featured a clown. And I'm talking about Twisted Metal, the first Twisted Metal. I remember I picked this up on the PlayStation 1. I didn't know anything about it. I just liked the cover. It's got Sweet Tooth on the cover, flaming ice cream truck with the car. And I'm like, oh, this looks cool. And I flipped it over and I'm like, oh, you can like battle. So I picked this up and I wasn't expecting much, but my brother and I played the hell out of this game. We played this in co-op, like couch co-op, nonstop. We were just running around that little town, that little city, just doing battles, just taking each other out, chasing each other around corners, shooting rockets and stuff at each other. Dude, it was so much fun. We played this game like every day for like a couple months almost, I swear. Like we were just playing this nonstop, like not all day, but we would at least pop it in and do like a little bit of battles and a little bit of stuff almost every day. This game was a lot of fun. We also played Twisted Metal 2 as well, which was great. And then we kind of fell off after that. But shout out to David Jaffe, the creator of Twisted Metal. And shout out to Twisted Metal. This was a very unique type of game. It's kind of like Mario Kart, if you will, but a lot more violent. And you know what I mean? Just blowing people up and taking them out. Good times, tons of different cool vehicles.
This is more like Grand Theft Auto Kart.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto Kart. I did not watch the television show, though. Has anyone watched the TV show?
I have.
Was it good?
Funny. Yeah, I think it's not like, I mean, don't go in with like, oh my gosh, I'm expecting like, Fallout level TV here, or like, you know, The
Last of Us
Wire.
season one.
It's just like a funny show.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
never
it's.
played
I've
the
heard it's.
games.
I watched the pilot, but I didn't enjoy it enough to subscribe to Peacock because the first episode was free, and then you had to subscribe for the rest. And I didn't enjoy it enough to subscribe, but it was fine. It was entertaining, but yeah, I'm happy people liked it. And then apparently the second season is going to be way crazier and actually like the tournament that's in the games. So
I'll let you guys
it's
know.
yeah. So apparently it's gonna be. I think my brother actually has a subscription, so I might use his to watch it. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe do.
Yeah, I don't have Peacock, but if I did have Peacock, I would watch Parks and Rec because I actually only watched the first season or so of that. I need to watch it all.
Parks and Rec. That's a listener who wrote into us.
Yeah,
it's also a television show. Yeah,
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Parks and Rec. He's cool. We like him.
Yeah, Parks and Rec is a fantastic show. But
never seen it.
I only watched the first season. I was like, it's all right, but I heard it gets way better.
It's like The Office where they're kind of establishing the characters, so it's a little off. But once the character is established, it's hysterical.
And speaking of The Office, Sean, what's your number 4?
I don't know how that's speaking of The Office, because I'll be out of the office in 2 days. Woo! I don't really have an office, but I have a classroom. All right, my number 4 for my most surprising games is another game that involves vehicles, and it is a racing game akin to Mario Kart, and that is another kart racer, and that is Nickelodeon Kart Racing 2 Grand Prix. Now, this game is freaking awesome. I love Nickelodeon Grand Prix Racing 2, and I love Nickelodeon Racing 3. Racing 3 was even better. But the reason why I was so surprised about Racing 2 is because obviously we all know anytime it's a Nickelodeon game, your boy Sean here gets it. I always buy it because I got to support my Nicktoons. Nickelodeon Kart Racer 1 was absolutely trash. Like one of the worst kart racing games I've ever played. One of the worst games, I might say, I've ever played. So I had zero expectations for 2, but I had to support and I bought it and I fell in love with it. It was a huge upgrade. It was the Assassin's Creed 2 to its Assassin's Creed, I will say. Ooh. And Nickelodeon Kart Racer 3 is even better. I will say that is the black flag of the series, I'll say, according to you, for you AC fans. But yeah, I really enjoy this. There's so many different kart racers. You have the Ninja Turtles in there, which I didn't really like to use. I usually use Patrick Star or SpongeBob. You can customize your karts. This is a better kart racer than Mario Kart. I'll say that, and I said it back then. I said it to Maddie. I said it to Mr. Maddie Plays at PAX East once. He just laughed at me, and he said, yeah. He actually agreed with me, which was pretty funny. But yeah, Nickelodeon Kart Racer 2, awesome game. You can get it. It's like $2.99. I suggest getting the third one. The third one's better. But both of them are really, really good. Awesome map designs, like such cool maps. So many different characters too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, obviously, I never played that, and I was struggling.
It's my rarest platinum trophy, 0.1%.
Damn.
I have that one and Nickelodeon Kart Racer 3.
Nice. Yeah. Yes. I don't know if anyone noticed. I was really struggling to spell Nickelodeon in the I didn't know how to spell
Nickelodeon.
Hodge, any thoughts on Nickelodeon?
No, I mean, I have obviously the nostalgia but like 90s Nickelodeon was my childhood. But I'm looking at the thing and like the front guy's some kid with gray hair. I don't know who that is. So it's like, and then was it like a Barbie or something? I can't even tell.
They have a lot of those kids. Like Ren and Stimpy are in it. Powdered Toast Man's in it, which is he's awesome. Like Rocco's in it. They have all the old characters too.
Yeah, I'm looking at photos and I see Cat Dog. You got Hey Arnold, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats. Yeah, so they got the stuff I liked.
If you look at the roster of the third game roster is insane.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay,
like they have Grandma Gertie from Hey Arnold in it.
Oh, Invader Zim, hell yeah.
Yep, they have Invader Zim. They also got Dib.
Awesome.
All of these kart racers will be rendered irrelevant soon, though, when that Sonic kart comes out.
Yeah, because we all know Sonic needs a freaking cart to run.
It's funny that you say that, and it's funny that we made fun of it when we talked about it. I was kind of reading online, and people are actually excited for it because they say it's a really good kart game. Like, no one cares about the characters, but apparently the game itself is really fun.
Whoa! What do you mean people don't care about the characters?
Well, most people.
People like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. People like the Yakuza characters and Persona.
Name me 3 Sonic characters outside Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles without looking it up.
Shadow.
Yep.
There's the pink female one. I don't know.
Exactly.
Dr. Robotnik.
Exactly.
Dr. Robotnik.
What's her name? Amy?
Yeah, Amy.
I think. Dr. Robotnik.
Amy Rose.
I'm not a Sonic guy, but people care about these characters, and people like the Yakuza characters. People like Joker and the Persona characters. Like,
I'm not saying no one cares. I'm saying that people who don't really care about Sonic are happy that it's a good kart game. Like, kart fans are happy about it more than Sonic fans.
Hey, Sonic fans. Hey, Sonic fans, go play as Big the Cat. Go fishing in Sonic Adventure. Go find Froggy.
Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the best GameCube games. I love that game. Yeah, it was awesome.
Never played it, but I have the entire campaign in my head because I've watched so many people play it because all my friends freaking loved it and my sister liked it.
Nice. All right, Hodge, what's going on with your games?
So I was torn with this one. I'm going to go with... So this was a game I remember seeing in a Game Informer years and years and years and years ago and thinking, I don't know, it doesn't look that great. Like, it's just a guy in a underwater suit. I don't know what's going on here. But then I played the demo for a little game called BioShock, and I was blown away by this game. And as people know, if you pay attention to our show, I rated this my number 1 game of all time, and I believe it deserves it. But yeah, I had no excitement for this game when it was announced. I didn't care about it. I just heard a couple people say it's actually really good, and I played that demo and instantly went and bought it next day because that demo is one of the greatest tone setters for any game ever made. When you're going down into the thing, you find Rapture and then you play through it a bit and then you get locked in the elevator and Andrew Ryan's like, "Who are you?" And then it cuts to black and it's like, oh my God, that was the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. And so, yeah, BioShock, it was a game I had little or no excitement for. And yeah, it's my favorite game of all time, probably. At least I think it's one of the best games of all time. But yeah, so BioShock is my number 4.
I thought you were talking about Scuba, which is a game from 2015. I just posted it in the Discord.
Sorry, that's what I meant. For some reason, I got it confused with BioShock. Two masterpiece of games. Yes.
Yeah, Scuba.
Explore the ocean from home.
There you go. I'm going to have to play this. Looks great. There's dolphins. Shout out to dolphins. There's a turtle. Hell yeah, dude.
It looks like a PSP game.
Everyone loves turtles, dude. Like that.
BioShock is a great game. Great pick, Hodge. We've spoken about it so many times. Yeah. We should really do a DLC that we just break down BioShock.
Oh, I was planning on doing. Before we
it.
even started the show, I said I want to do that before Judas comes out. I want to do an episode about all the BioShock games before Judas comes out.
I have never played Infinite, so.
Ooh,
what?
Yes,
I played the first 2, but never played Infinite.
Go play Infinite.
I mean, shit. I would do 3 DLCs, one for each.
Is that on Switch? Probably not.
I own Infinite.
Yes, they are on Switch because the collection did come to Switch.
I'll play that on PlayStation.
Yeah, definitely play it on PlayStation. But yeah, they are.
No, it's not even for that. Just that's a PlayStation game to me, or that's a non-Nintendo game to me.
Yeah, there are certain games that even though it's on Switch, I know I'm never going to play it there because I'm like that's a PlayStation or Xbox game to me. Like, as much as I love our buddy Astro, he's playing Cyberpunk on Switch, and that's just weird to me. Like, it runs so much better on literally everything else.
Yeah, that is weird. He was streaming it to us at 120p. That was cool.
Yeah, that was funny.
in the chat or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. My game, number 4. I mean, I don't need to talk about BioShock. We already talked about BioShock's awesome.
Yes.
And Sean needs to play Infinite. But anyway.
Yes.
My game is a little game called Hearthstone. This is a card game from Blizzard Entertainment. It was on PC, maybe on console. I don't think so. Who knows? But this game's pretty awesome. I went into this game. I'm not a big card game guy. I wasn't sure that I would like this, but randomly, I had some friends who were playing it. You get in the game, you get these cards. They give you like a base deck, and you build the deck, right? And there's a lot of strategery around it. You have to summon, you have to open up packs. Of course, they got the freaking loot boxes in there, the packs, to get better cards. And you can also like craft cards together. It's been a couple years now, so my memory is hazy on exactly how everything works. But I just know there was a lot of deck building. There was a lot of strategy. There was multiple different decks that you could use that were like themed. And then you get online and you play multiplayer against other people, and it's a lot of fun. You can play against the computer as well, beat the computer, but it was fun to play against people online. You would just match make, and then you would play against someone, and then you would take your custom deck that you built with its like theme, like this is like a rush team, this is like I don't know, a poison team or whatever. I don't even remember, it's been so long, but it was so fun getting on there and just battling. You place your cards down on like a three-man grid, like in front of your hero. And they attack the card in front of them. And then if there's no one in front of them, they'll attack the hero. The heroes also have abilities that they could use to like do damage or do this and that. And then the goal, of course, is to take out the hero behind them. So it's just a simple game, but it was a lot of fun. And I played this for quite a while. I played it for like a year plus, really got into it. But the thing that finally turned me off was it was very difficult to get like the very best cards and the very best decks. They really wanted you to spend a lot of money and a lot of RNG to try to get the cards. And eventually I got burnt out, but there was a lot of fun decks that I had, like really quick, like rush cards, like you could low cost throw them down and like burn down the enemy hero really fast, stuff like that. There were a lot of cards where like once they die, they would do damage to the enemy hero, and then you could have cards that you would damage your own card to like trigger that. And there was just cool little strategies. And Hearthstone was a lot of fun. Didn't expect that I would get into it as much as I did, but I really did. So yeah, shout out to Hearthstone. Any of you guys played this at all? Probably not.
No, but I remember people being super obsessed with it.
Yeah, I do remember that too. But it just makes me want to play Queen's Blood again. You talking about it? I really want to play. I loved that so much.
I never got into Queen's Blood. I don't know why.
Oh, I loved it, man. It was so much fun.
I think it's because I just didn't want to do it. Like they're trying to force me to play a card game when I want to explore the world and experience the story. I'm like, I don't want to do this. So I don't think I probably never gave it its fair chance because it felt forced on me.
That's fair. I love it.
Wasn't consensual.
Whoa.
Sean, take it away, sir.
All right, my number 3 is a little game called Time Crisis 4, the PS3 version. Now, have either of you ever played Time Crisis, like the arcade game with the light guns?
I think I probably have, yeah.
Okay. So I've had the PS3 version that you actually came with its own light gun, and it had an expanded first-person shooter campaign where you use a light gun and run around an open-world map. Now, I was like, this game, I remember seeing it in a Game Informer and being like, this game looks so dumb. I freaking hate these kind of games. But you know why I got it? My grandmother on QVC bought it and gave it to me for Christmas. And I had to be like, thanks, Grandma. I love it. And then you know what I did? It sat there for about 2 months. And then randomly one day, I plugged it in and said, yeah, I'm going to try this. Because my friend was coming over who was obsessed with Time Crisis. Like, he was really good at it. He said, dude, we got to play this. So we played through like the arcade campaign together. He used a light gun. I used a controller just to kind of move the cursor with like the analog stick. Played through that, but then there was like a whole single player first person shooter, and you could like move around with the light gun and had analog sticks on it. And it was like, I got really into it, and it was like pretty difficult to do. And the missions were cool, and I like fell in love with it to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, this game is sick. When is Time Crisis 5 coming out? I need this. I need the sequel. And then I realized this game got like terrible reviews, but I really enjoyed my time with it. It was like super fun. There was like 2 different campaigns, like depending on which character you wanted to play as. There was so many different weapons. It was fun to just use that light gun. It was so different. But I remember you had to put like infrared sensors on your TV in order to play it. And then we eventually realized it would recognize like the Wii sensor bar. The Wii sensor bar would recognize it. So we could like use the Wii sensor bar as our like infrared sensors on the PS3 and like use it for that. And it ended up working. It was like a blast. And I remember these like, there was parts of the level where these like little bug insect creatures would come and they would like infest like the area and they would start eating people. And like the best weapon to use against that was a shotgun because you would just be like, but yeah, the light gun thing was pretty cool. The arcade mode was fun. The main story was fun. Overall, I had a blast with it.
I'm laughing because I'm looking at the box art. The dude's face looks so stupid.
Oh, it looks like an anime. It looks like an anime character, doesn't it?
It just,
Yeah.
it just was so dumb.
Time
You know, when
Crisis 4.
when you mentioned this reminded me of a game that I played that was similar. That was Virtua Cop on the Sega Saturn. I remember on the Saturn, I picked up Virtua Cop and like the little gun, and it's very similar. Like you got the little light gun, and you're just like you're going through this level, taking out the criminal scum, just shooting them with the light gun,
Mhm.
and yeah, it was good times, man. Good
Dude,
times.
the campaign for it was like this like company was like they worked for the government and then they like betrayed the government and try to take over the world and they just want to destroy the world. Like that's the whole premise of the game with these like bug-like creatures. It was so weird. Oh, and then eventually that friend, since we really liked it, we ended up going on eBay. This is like our first, this is 2007, guys. So like think about me in 2007. I barely know how to use the internet. Um we go on eBay and we figure out we asked my dad if we can buy something and he said, "Yeah, as long as it's under $50." We bought $100 and second light gun that worked for the PS3, so we had two light guns going, playing the arcade mode together. We played this game a lot. It was fun. This is a Japanese game though. It is like Time Crisis. It is made by Namco.
Nice. So he said as long as it's under $50, and then you bought $100 light gun.
Yeah.
Did you get approval first, or you just said screw it?
No, we just did it. We just did it.
Awesome. Was he mad?
I don't even remember. I don't think we told him. I don't think we said, yeah, we got it, and then it came like 2 weeks later.
Awesome.
There you
go. All right, Hodge.
All right, my next one is a game that just was never on my radar when it was announced and in its peak popularity, and so I never cared about this game. And then I played it, and I played it 2 more times within the same week, and that is a little game called Portal. The OG one, I bought the orange box for used at like GameStop or something. I bought the orange box. Honestly, I've never been huge into Half-Life, and I didn't care about Team Fortress, so I didn't really touch those as much. But I played through Portal literally 3 times in the first week I got it because I loved it that much. And so it's not that it was a game that I didn't think looked good or anything, but I just remember obviously the internet was all the cake is a lie and all this, and you know the cube that it's your friend and you kill it and all that, and it's like it's a very funny game. Obviously Portal 2 is even funnier and it's way more expansive, but I was hyped for Portal 2 because obviously the first one. But yeah, I had no hype for this game, and it's just an amazing puzzle game. The physics in it are so good. This game it's honestly like a perfect video game. I have no notes for this one. Obviously, and there's 2 is obviously just even better. But like I said, but yeah, Portal. It was a game not on my radar. Played it and fell in love with it.
Yeah, I need to play Portal. I really do.
Have you never played either of them?
I never played Portal. I never played Portal 2. I've never played any of those orange box games.
Yeah, Half-Life, I know it has its love, and I understand why people like it. It's just for me, I just never got into it. But Portal, both those games are perfect. They're so good. Yeah, you definitely need to play them.
Yeah, I also have never played Portal or Half-Life. So
you guys have to play. I mean, Portal 1 is probably free somewhere, but Portal 2 is just a perfect game too.
Is it like a puzzle game?
Kind of, yeah.
You use portals to puzzles.
You use portals to escape, and it plays so well. You might like it, but honestly, it's the humor of the game, which is the best part of it. But the gameplay itself is so good. But the first one is only like 3 hours maybe to beat. It's a really quick game, but I'd have to look it up exactly what it is. But yeah, it's there. I mean, it is a puzzle game technically, but it's fantastic. Yeah, 3 hours is the average for beating the Portal 1. So it's a very quick game, but it's fantastic. I suggest everyone play it if you haven't.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. Moving on to my number 3. This is a deep cut here. This was from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. And this was kind of similar to MX versus ATV Reflex, Sean. It's a little game called Excite Bike. I used
Ooh.
to play Excite Bike as a young lad quite a bit. Now, this was like a side scrolling game where you're on a dirt bike and you're hitting ramps and you're crossing bridges and you're racing. You got to avoid like the little oil stains and stuff like that. You try to race and get in first place. This game was really fun. It was fun hitting the jumps. Like the courses were very diverse and different. There was a lot of different elements that you had to avoid. And another thing that was really awesome about this, way ahead of its time, they had a freaking track builder in this on Nintendo 6 or on NES. On the original NES, you could build tracks. Like you could go in and you could add your own ramps, add bridges, add oil stains, add all of the random elements, and then go in there and race it, against the AI and stuff. And you could have your friends try it out to see if they could beat it or what they thought. And it was super cool. It was way ahead of its time. This was just a lot of fun. Unfortunately, on the NES, it did not have co-op. Like you couldn't do 2-player. So you basically had to hand the controller back and forth. But it was still a lot of fun, though. I did still play it with my brother. We would just take turns competing against the computer and competing against our own times and stuff, and trying out the courses that we made ourselves. So yeah, Excite Bike for the original Nintendo Entertainment System, way ahead of its time. Awesome game. That's my number 3.
I too had this game. It was a lot of fun. It was one of the games that came with my NES when my mom bought one at a garage sale. It came with like 20 games, and one of them was Excite Bike, and it was a lot of fun. And there's also a Mario Kart level that is the Excite Bike track.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun in Mario Kart 8.
What?
I don't know if it's in other ones, but
Yeah,
Mario
Mario
Kart 8,
Kart 8, yeah.
Yeah,
didn't
there's
know
an
that.
Excite Bike map. It's a lot of fun.
I'm about to Google that.
It's like 8 laps or something, if I remember, because it's a really short map. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. I'm having trouble finding that, but anyway, I'm sure it
Type in
exists.
Excite Bike Mario Kart. It'll pop right up.
Anyway, we need to keep it moving. Who is up next? It's
Me.
Sean.
All right, my number 2 game for biggest surprise is a little game for the PC called The Sims 2. The Sims 2. Now,
Oh.
the reason why I didn't think I would like this game is because my sister was obsessed with The Sims as a kid. She loved them. She actually still plays Sims 4 to this day. She absolutely adores them. And I never really got into The Sims 1. Came out when I was really little. But then my sister got Sims 2, and she's like, Sean, you gotta play this game. I know you'll like it. I'm like, this game looks so stupid. You're just making like families and just role playing as a family. Says the guy who likes JRPG, Japanese role playing games. So I randomly decided one day, you know what, I'm going to play it. So I booted it up and I freaking fell in love. Creating your family, creating your characters, going back and forth with like, just, you can send your Sims out on jobs. You have all the expansions. You can get pets. You can do magic. You can go on vacation. I fell in love with this game to the point where I downloaded mods. My sister had no idea what mods were. I downloaded mods for the game and could make like Simpsons characters on it. I could make Family Guy characters on it. I got the Dragon Ball. I had like a Dragon Ball Z family and stuff.
Oh,
But
that's awesome.
then I'll never forget when I was playing it, the mods would sometimes cause you to like glitch out, and you'd go to create the character. And when you went to create the character, they'd be in a T pose, but they'd be naked. And I was like, what is going on? Because it's like 2004. I'm like 8 years old. I'm like, oh my God, they're naked. And I'd be like trying to like cover it up so no one saw. But yeah, I had so much fun with The Sims 2.
Yeah, I remember. I don't think I played 2. I had the first one,
really
I think.
good.
And there was the thing of, obviously when you're a kid, you're trying to find boobs wherever you can. And when your Sims get naked, obviously they blur it.
Yeah.
But if your Sims get it on, they go in the bed and they're under the covers and the blur goes away. So you could pause it, remove the bed, and they'd be naked under like on top of each other. And of course, obviously it's a game with crappy graphics and it's literally just two like just things on top of each other, not doing anything. But yeah, I remember that about that game. But when I played it, I would always cheat and give myself like infinite money. So
the Rosebud.
Yeah, so I could give myself like the nicest houses and all that. And my favorite moment from a Sims game was I locked my child in a closet, and so he kept missing school, and he got sent to military school.
Did you ever make a death house?
I don't know if I ever made like a death house, but
So,
there were times where I would
we-
kill my Sims. And
We
the
we
Grim
made a
Reaper would
death house.
show
We had a
up.
house where we just move people in and we'd kill them and had the graveyard. And the ghost would come out at night and haunt everyone. The best is when the Grim Reaper would come though, and he'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, and you could play rock paper scissors with him, and if you beat him, he would go away and your sim would live. I love that. Various ways to kill your Sims: lock them in the house, lock
Remove
them in a
the ladder.
closet. So go put them in the pool and remove the ladder. Don't let them go to the bathroom. So then they just go to the bathroom everywhere and they just die of like hygiene. What was really cool about Sims 2 though is they had an expansion called Sims 2 University where you could like you were in a college dorm. It was freaking awesome. Yeah, but yeah, Sims 2 good. Sims 3 was really good, and Sims 4 was really good too. The Sims is a great series. I'm really glad my sister made me play these because I freaking love them.
Yeah, they were fun. I did have, but granted, I never actually played it. I always cheated and just.
See,
had
I
fun
never
with it.
cheated. We would never cheat.
Oh, I only.
We had
cheated.
our real houses, but then we had our our death house.
Yeah, I had fun always cheating, so that was my way of enjoying the game. But yeah,
And
I
the
understand why people
the music and building mode, peak.
Well, Sean, maybe you should play the Korean Sims, that Inzoi or whatever it is.
What
You
the
might like that.
That.
We talked about that the other episode. It's the Korean Sims. You haven't seen that? Inzoi, I think it right. INZOI. It's literally like the Sims, but Korean.
Yeah,
like high res graphics and stuff. Not for you, huh? All right. Okay. Well, I did play a little bit of the Sims, but not much. And mostly like Hodge, just max out the money and just build stuff. And I will say, and this is not a shot at you, Sean, at all, but The Sims is super popular with women. Like every woman gamer that I know loves The Sims. And again, not a shot. Cool. Hodge, what is your number 2, I guess?
All right, my number 2 is a game I have discussed a lot on this podcast, but I had to include it because of, like I said, the hype versus enjoyment ratio was so high that when it was announced, I remember thinking like it looks serviceable, it looks okay, and that is Helldivers 2. When I remember first seeing the trailer, I've said this before, but it looked kind of like just a crappy third-person shooter. Like it, you don't see the enjoyment in the trailers because it is. I mean, obviously they had the humor of like you can kill your teammates, which at first when that was actually said, I was like, oh, I don't want to have to be like think about what I'm doing. I don't want to have to keep people in mind, but the accidental killing of a teammate is some of the funniest crap that happens in that game. And like, you never really get mad when someone kills you. You're like, come on, you just airstriked me. Now I'm dead. Like, then you have to get respawned and everything. But like so when I was watching the trailers, I'm like, this looks fine. Like you're shooting bugs and robots and whatever and calling in, weapons and stuff. And I was like, it looks fine. But then I played it. It was just actually me and my younger brother. We were just trying to find something to play co-op, and I was like, I've heard Helldivers is kind of fun, so let's try that. It was $40. It was when it launched, so I was like, nice, cheap. If we don't like it, whatever. It was $40, and we fell in love. We still jump in because obviously they still have like expansion passes come out, or not and it's a live service game, so stuff is constantly happening in the world. Like they actually. In the game, it's called Super Earth, is what Earth is now, and they actually made it a playable planet finally. And so you go in these cities on Earth, even though none of them are recognizable. It's just generic cities, but they added like new stuff, and it's always improving and adding stuff. And it's so me and my friends are constantly jumping in and playing it here and there, and yeah, it's a blast. And so in terms of me not being excited at all, and now it's one of my most played, like hopping back in, I think I have 250 hours or something in it, something like that, and according to PlayStation at least. So yeah, I adore this game. I love playing it, hopping in with my friends and playing it here and there. And I had no excitement when it was announced until it came out, and then obviously it was a huge hit for a long time. But like everything, it eventually the fan base moves on to something new. So it's still popular, but not what it was obviously at launch, where people were sitting in hour-long queues just trying to get online and play. So, yeah, Helldivers 2.
Yeah, I did not play this game, so I don't have much to add. But Sean, you didn't play this, or did you?
No.
All right,
not my game, not my type of game. But you might be surprised when I go next.
Ooh.
Hey.
Let's just get to it right now. We'll skip me. No, I'm kidding. All right. My number 2 game here is one that I think I've mentioned once or twice before, but not too much. This is a game that is available on Xbox Game Pass, and that's how I enjoyed it. It is a narrative game where you're just kind of watching stuff and making choices, and it is called As Dusk Falls. This game's pretty awesome. Like you play as like a family on a road trip. Some crazy shenanigans happens. All of a sudden, there's a robbery going on, and there's all kinds of stuff. A hostage situation. It's freaking awesome. I don't want to spoil much, but you're going to make a lot of choices here. And what's cool is it's a co-op choice game. I played this with 2 friends. And we got in a party together and we played, and you get like 2 vetoes each chapter. So like if you really want to make a choice, like, oh, kill him or save him or whatever, like let's say like 2 people say, well, we're going to save him, but you want to be an asshole. You're like, I'm going to kill him. You can use one of your vetoes and override them and like force your way. And then everybody watches as you kill them. And like the outcomes at like, the spider webs of what's going to happen as a result. There's multiple different endings and stuff. This is a pretty cool game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do recommend this game for people who are fans of like narrative choice games. It's really fun with a party. I've actually played it through one time. We got one ending, and then we played through a second time. We got through about halfway, and then we didn't finish it for some reason. We drifted off to something else, but really cool game.
Do you have to play a co-op, or
you can play it single if you want? It is more fun with friends.
No, yeah.
Though.
I just figured if I ever did want to play it, if I didn't have the option to play with someone, if I could play it by myself.
You can.
Okay.
But I would try to get someone to play it with you if you can. Because it's fun arguing about the choices. If you don't use a veto, then basically it just does like an RNG pick of who wins, unless it's majority rules. So if it's 3 people, if 2 people say this, then that's going to win. But if for some reason it's a tie, maybe there's 3 choices, it's a tie, then it'll just do like a random spin, unless you decide to use your veto. And it's funny when you use your veto, it's like real aggressive. It pops up, it's like veto, but then they can veto back too. And like you can, if you really are really passionate about this choice, I've seen where everybody burnt their vetoes and then it's like, oh shit. But yeah, As Dusk Falls, very good, very fun. I might play that if you ever wanted to play that sometime. I might play it again. It'd be fun if we could get a couple people to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 2. Sean, you are up.
All right, my number 1 is also a multiplayer only game. Shocker here. And that is a game for the PS3 that came out in 2007 called Warhawk. Warhawk PS3. I really got into this game, like so much so that I bought all the DLC. I played the crap out of this game. Me and my friends would play. We had like these crappy like Bluetooth headsets we'd use that came with the game. It was so bad, but we'd play that. And we played it so much. Played a lot of capture the flag, a lot of deathmatch, a lot of team deathmatch. We run around. It's like a third-person shooter. It's based off of a PS1 game, but like in the PS1 game, you could only use planes. And this, you were on the ground. You were also flying. There was tanks. There was like almost the equivalent to like a Halo Warthog you could drive. But I remember playing capture the flag with my friends and being like, "I got the flag! Get the car! Get the car!" And just trying to get, and we would get our crap kicked out of us. But I have a great memory of this one map. I can't remember what it was called, but I used to fly up really high and just sit there with a sniper and just snipe people. But one time I used a sniper and I shot a Warhawk plane, and the Warhawk plane exploded, and I killed it with a sniper shot. And I was like, what the heck just happened? But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. The DLC was fun. There was this giant ice map, and it included like a drop ship, and you could pick up a ton of people, and you could spawn random vehicles. It was super fun. It also had dedicated servers, which was interesting. But yeah, Warhawk. Shout out to the Ukrainian soldiers. That's who I used to play as. The Ukrainian soldiers. They died for us. They died so we could live. There was no campaign, no nothing. I never played the sequel. There's a sequel called Starhawk. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was like super not a game I was into. The only reason why I got it is because it came out on August 31st, 2007, I think. I was in a GameStop like 2 weeks before it. And the guy's like, yeah, you hear about this game Warhawk? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, it's going to be the huge next big thing, Halo Killer. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. Why don't you pre-order it? I'm like, Mom, can I pre-order it? She's like, your money. I'm like, all right, I'll pre-order it. So I pre-ordered it. And then my friends all came over and we played split screen online, and then they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it," and they all got it, and then we just played for like probably like a year and a half, off and on.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it did kill Halo too. So
Yeah, it did. Killed Halo.
So, would you say that those people who died for us, did they do it for those who come after?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do remember you mentioning this game. I think maybe it was like our favorite multiplayer games or something episode. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember you talked about this one.
Yeah, this is the only game on my list that I've actually talked about before. All the other games I never talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Warhawk.
Warhawk.
Get jumping on the hawk, boys. With our squeaky voices back in 2007.
Hell yeah.
very nice, very nice. I did not play this one, so I have no thoughts, but
Yeah.
I love that it comes with like one of those old Bluetooth headsets.
Yeah, it was the
It's awesome.
crappiest headset ever.
I forgot.
That's great.
Remember how bad like the Xbox 360 headset was? Just like the one little pad here that went over.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, those are terrible.
Oh man, we've come a long way.
Yeah, we have.
All right, Hodge.
My last game, I know I have talked about this before, but I don't talk about it super often. So I figured this was a game that I thought looked just generic and wasn't. I could not understand why people like were praising this game until I played it, and because it's just an amazing story. And that is a game called Spec Ops: The Line. This game, like, it's not revolutionary in its gameplay or anything like that. Like, it really truly does look, if you just look at like screenshots, it looks kind of like a generic third person shooter from the time. It's a 360 PS3 game. It just looks like any other game that you would just not think about, but the story is incredible. And like, I always tell people, I'm like, I don't know how it holds up now, like gameplay wise, but the story is so good. It's just this haunting story of basically PTSD and being in a war zone, and it's so good that when I played it, I was blown away. And I'm like, all right, now I get why people were talking about this game. It was so good, and I need to play it again. It's been years since I've played it, but yeah, Spec Ops: The Line, it blew me away with how good it was compared to how generic I thought it looked. So yeah.
I've heard such good things about these Spec Ops games, and like I really want to play some of them. And this game in particular, Spec Ops: The Line, I heard people, like you said, people like were talking about it like it's like this amazing, like crazy game. Like there's like no way it could be this good. But hearing you say that, I don't know. I do need to jump in. I need to play one of these games.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I own it on PC, but I've never played it.
Oh, you have to, and it's only this one. It's got to be 7 hours at most.
I've heard, of course, that it's just like
it's a 6 hour game. Yeah,
some dark choices and stuff.
Yeah, you could beat it in one day. It's a 6 hour game. It's incredible. It's so good.
I'll keep it in mind. All right.
Is that considered the best Spec Ops game?
It's the only one I ever even know anything about. So yeah. I
don't
know anything. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on now to my number one. This is a great game. It's a really good game. My number one game, I went into it with tepid expectations. I was like, this will be fun. This will be like a little The Last of Us clone, maybe. But what I came out with was just an awesome game that was damn near as good as The Last of Us, honestly. A Plague Tale: Innocence. The first game from Asobo. This game was on Game Pass as well. Shout out to Game Pass, giving me free games. It might be on I know it's on PlayStation as well. But this game is awesome. You play as young Amicia in France in like the 1400s or something during the Black Plague. There's all these rats. You've got your little brother Hugo. He's like 5 years old or something. Very vulnerable. You have to protect him. So you're like a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl. So you're not very strong yourself. You're protecting like a 5-year-old boy. The stakes are very high. This game also has one of the best tutorials that I've ever experienced. Like a lot of times you play a tutorial and it's like really boring and you're like, I hate this. Like, will this end? This tutorial was so well done. Like the stakes are really high. You're escaping, like this place as like these enemy soldiers come in and they're like trying to get Hugo. And like it's so well implemented, the tension, the music, it's teaching you the systems, but not in an annoying way. It's like it's very intuitive. It was really fun, and then the game opens up a little bit after that. It is pretty linear. It's also not very long. I don't remember how long it is, but it's probably like 10 to 15 hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. Maybe not even that long because I played it. I beat it twice. When I first played it. So yeah, it's not a very long game.
Yeah. This game's freaking awesome. My cat loves it too. He's really excited. I really like this game. The story's awesome. I really love Amicia and Hugo, and their relationship is really cool. There is a little bit of mysticism thrown in. I'm not gonna spoil that though. But yeah, this game is really awesome. The sequel Requiem is also really good, but I didn't like Requiem as much because it was longer, which I thought was a bad thing. I liked like the tight pacing of the first game. And also I think the first game, it feels more higher stakes because you are more helpless feeling, you know what I mean? It's a lot of like sneaking and stealth and taking people out very strategically. Like you can't just fight these people. Like these are big soldiers.
There's no head-on combat in that game. It's all you have to use the environment, like blow out lights so the rats kill the people and stuff. It's very, very strategic. This game's incredible. I don't know why I didn't even think of it. It wasn't on my list of like all my games because this was one also where I thought it looked okay from the trailers because the graphics were good, but then I was like, I don't know, there's rats and stuff. Like, what is this? And then I played it, and I was blown away by this game. It is fantastic.
It's really good. I recommend it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean this game it's not as good as The Last of Us, but I mean it's kind of semi close. Like it's a good game. So everyone should play A Plague Tale: Innocence, and then if you enjoy that, play Requiem too. It's not as good, I don't think, but a lot of people think Requiem is better. So they're both good. Definitely start with Innocence though, because it is, it's a direct sequel.
I still need to play the sequel because when it came out, it was like super buggy. I remember because the how many rats were on it, and it wasn't running very well on some of the systems. So I need to get back and play that one.
Yeah, graphically, the sequel is really beautiful. Like they crank the graphics up. Yeah. All right. Any thoughts on any of this here? Any final thoughts on the list?
I definitely want to play Plague Tale: Innocence. I want to play both of them because I think that third game they just revealed, I think that looks really cool too. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, these are definitely in my wheelhouse and my backlog to play.
Awesome. All right, so let's go through for the audio listeners and let's recap our games. And I'll start us off here. So at number 5, I had Twisted Metal. At number 4, Hearthstone. Number 3, Excite Bike. Number 4, As Dusk Falls. And number 5, actually, I reversed the order, but who cares? A Plague Tale: Innocence. Hodge, what was your list?
Yeah, I did. Number 5 was Fortnite, 4 BioShock, 3 Portal, 2 Helldivers 2, and 1 Spec Ops: The Line.
Sean?
All right, I had at number 5 MX vs ACV Reflex. Number 4 Nickelodeon Kart Racer 2 Grand Prix. 3 Time Crisis 4, the PS3 edition. 2 The Sims 2, and number 1 Warhawk, the PS3 2007 game.
What a great list from everyone. Round of applause, guys. We did a great job. Shout out to us. All right, guys. So that has been episode number 36 of Games Over Plastic. Let's go around the horn here and give our final thoughts. Any final thoughts, Hodge, for this episode?
My list was very long, so we're gonna have to do another one of these eventually one day. But but yeah, it's always nice when there's a game that you're not really on your radar and that you just love, like that you like. There are other games that I've talked about a lot on this game, like a lot of them that are on my top 10 of like, spoiler, like Death Stranding, where I was like, I don't know what that is, and then I fell in love with it. Like that's the only reason I didn't include it is because I've talked about it so many times. But yeah, like. It's always nice when you find something that you love when you weren't looking for it. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, I always love doing the show with you guys. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Sean Mason, final thoughts for this episode.
Great show. Great episode. A lot of good games. Clearly, my list looks a little different than your two's list. But per usual, I have the crazy weird games. But yeah, great job. I love talking Switch 2 with you guys. Looking forward to playing some Kart or OG Mario Golf or some Mario Party or whatever. Really excited.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I,
should do that.
I, I always find it funny whenever we do one of your like when your lists are always very out there compared to ours, and it's always so funny because when I have to find the graphics to put in there, some of your games are so hard to find a good image for because there's like 3 images of it on the internet.
Yeah,
So
like Nickelodeon Party Blast.
that one, I can't remember if I even found a good photo for that. I just found like a photo and put it in there. I don't like some of your games are like they're so out there that it's so hard to find something for it.
Yep, yep.
That's the fun.
I do have to give myself some props for picking games that I've rarely talked about. So shout out to me.
There you go.
Because the rest of my list is like all stuff that I've talked about a whole bunch. So
Yeah.
my final thoughts are that it's just awesome. I love doing this podcast. You two are awesome. Shout out to our amazing audience. Keep the write-ins coming, guys. Leave comments on YouTube. Let us know what you think. You got questions, you got thoughts. Let us know, please. We want to hear from you. And yeah, with all that said, this has been Games Over Plastic, episode number 36. We're going to go ahead and take off here. Goodbye.
Bye.
You'll never take me alive. No, Johnny, don't do it. Don't do it.